Guys, I hate to say I told you so, but I literally told you so. I said it. I said, Djokovic, what are you doing? Again, people take words too literally. I said, you're being a little greedy by going to try and play the Olympics. Now, by greedy, I didn't mean like you're a greedy person, you're a jerk, or anything like that. It's a term you use. You're biting off more than you can chew, possibly. Maybe you should think this through. If you win the Olympics, is it really a big a deal as people are making it to win the Golden Slam? My answer to that is no. It's not that big a deal to win the Golden Slam. It's a really big deal to win the Grand Slam. It's a huge deal that Djokovic wins the US Open here so that he can have 21 Grand Slam titles and he can win the Grand Slam and be officially the GOAT. That's a big deal. Everybody who was so concerned about Djokovic playing the Olympics, saying it wasn't a big deal, that I'll have plenty of time to recover, how are you feeling now? Because I can tell you, Djokovic ain't feeling so great about this. I bet you he's questioning why he did this to himself, because now all anybody is going to remember is this. They're going to remember that he didn't do it, that he didn't even medal, and that he threw his racket and had a tantrum. That's the memory that is going to be ingrained in everybody's mind. That's what people are going to remember. And as far as what a big deal winning the Olympics is, uh, do you now feel that Zverev winning the Olympics, is that equivalent to him winning the U.S. Open, or to him winning Wimbledon, or to him winning the French Open? I hate to say it, the Olympics was such a bore fest. I barely watched any of it, and I don't even know who Zverev beat in the finals. Can anybody tell me who did Zverev even beat in the finals? Go ahead, comment. Who did he beat? Who cares? Did he beat? It was Kachanov, Busta. No, I guess he beat Kachanov, and then um, Busta beat Djokovic to kick him out of the medal round. I mean, and really, what was the score in the Olympic final? 6-1, 6-3. Does anybody care? I'm sure Zverev says, "Hey, it's great. I'm super happy. I'm super proud of myself." But if you really ask him behind closed doors, hey, would you trade your Olympic medal for a U.S. Open title last year? He would take the U.S. Open title. Winning the Grand Slams is what's important in our sport. Winning the Olympics is a nice cherry on top. I don't even know if it's as important as winning a Masters 1000. Maybe you can put it right up there with that. But there's a big difference between winning a Masters 1000 title and winning a Grand Slam. The Olympics is about all the other sports. That's what we remember. I'm not going to remember that Zverev won the Olympics. I'm going to remember that Simone Biles had to pull out and that Suni Lee came in and won a medal. That's what I'm going to remember. That's memorable, right? Those are the stories, the swimmers, the runners, the gymnast. That's what the Olympics about. Winning the tennis, even basketball for the Americans. Like, who cares? It's like such a no-win situation for Djokovic. It's like Djokovic, just like the Olympic basketball team, it's win or bust. And now he's put himself in a lot of trouble. Sasha deserved to win, and he won. He played like a champion. Yes, he did. Sasha's been playing some great tennis. I've been saying it for a long time. The people really knocking on the door have been Zverev, have been Tsitsipas, and been Medvedev. Those are the ones. But Medvedev, less and less. He's turning into an absolute flake. Strange Djokovic already wore number one, but still behave unsportsmanlike. Well, yeah, I mean, Djokovic, that's one of his things. McEnroe was number one. He wasn't very sportsmanlike. Connor's number one. He wasn't sportsmanlike. You don't have to be sportsmanlike all the time to be number one in the world. And I mean, look at Serena. But at the same time, I think Djokovic is a great person. I really like Djokovic. And a lot of people thought I was hating on Djokovic by saying, hey, why are you doing this? Let's think this through. What are the pros and the cons? The pros are, yes, if you pull this off, you're pulling off the best year in not only tennis, but maybe the best year in all of sports. So that's pretty cool. That's a reason to go for it for sure. That's the pro. But then the cons far outweigh the pros. The cons are, hey, you might be too tired. People told me, as I said that, oh, he's got plenty of time. He's got plenty of time to rest and recover. No, he doesn't. The Olympics are just now, and they're still going on, but the tennis is just now over. And not this Friday, but next Friday, I'm going to Cincinnati to run clinics out there alongside the Western Southern Open. I'm going to take my group to the Western Southern Open, and I'm not playing it. I feel like I don't have that much time. I'm preparing, making sure everybody's all set up, making sure we got all the clinics going, and we're going to have everything organized. I feel like I'm rushed, and I'm not playing. Djokovic now has to turn around, somehow figure out why he went to the Olympics. He's got to rest and recover, and then he's got to peak again. He's got to play Cincinnati. All the pros play Cincinnati to what? To prepare for the Open. You know, things turn fast in this game. You know, after Djokovic wins Wimbledon, he is by far, without playing the Olympics, he is by far the favorite to win the U.S. Open. Now, would you pick, if Djokovic had to play Nadal tomorrow, would you pick Djokovic as the favorite to play Nadal? You had to play him tomorrow? I wouldn't. Why? Because Nadal is well rested. Nadal is fully healthy. Nadal is fresh. Nadal's hungry. Nadal's focused. Djokovic has been punched in the face, knocked down on the ground, and now he's got to figure out what the hell happened and why he do everything. And if you don't believe me, here, I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this from the stream. Okay, so we'll remove this, and I want to share my screen. How can I share my screen? I want to remove this completely. Remove from studio. And then I want to share my screen. Where is that? Oh, there we go, share. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen, and we'll just take a look at what Djokovic thinks about everything. And again, I'm a Djokovic fan, guys. So many people are taking this as like, I'm hating on Djokovic. You know, all the Djokovic fans were saying things like, oh, he's got plenty of time. He'll win it easy. He should totally go for it. Well, here's what you guys are going to remember. This is what you guys are going to remember about the Olympics this year. You're going to remember Djokovic throwing his racket, this ball kid looking scared of Djokovic, his unsportsmanlike conduct. He's the ultimate Larry David of tennis. Like, he's always trying to do the right thing, but it blows up in his face. It blows up in his face. And the people who really understand Djokovic, like me, kind of like I understand Larry David, like, I still like him. I can understand getting frustrated and throwing your racket. But a lot of people this is going to be one more reason why they don't like him. Okay? But he's throwing his racket because things went terribly wrong. He hit a wall physically and emotionally. And here's what Djokovic said. Let me just put this as after the match. I'm going to blow so we can see it moving. My screen is responding very slowly to everything. Okay, there we go. Now it's nice and big. Okay. Speaking after the match, 34-year-old Djokovic, 34-year-old too. You know, everybody says, oh, he's so much younger than, you know, Federer and he's 34. He's not a spring chicken, guys. He's not super. See, he appears to be superhuman by the superhuman things he's accomplishing, but he is a human being. Okay. He's a human being, and he is tired. I'm dealing with injuries, not one, more than one. I hope that won't stop me from going to the U.S. Open, which is my next big goal. Let me read that back again. I am dealing with injuries, not one, More than one. I hope that it won't stop me from going to the US Open, which is my next big goal. Okay. And that's exactly what I was worried about. I said, if Djokovic goes to this and he pulls off the Golden Slam, yes, it is the biggest deal in tennis ever. I'm trying to get my acting very weird. Okay. It's the greatest accomplishment ever if he can win the Golden Slam. Granted, I give you that. It makes the best year in tennis. It makes the best year in all sports in my mind. But I said, by going to the Olympics, he's risking a lot. The risk reward ratio is not worth it. What if you get hurt? He's now saying he's injured, not with one, many injuries. Okay. So, I mean, there's no way you go through clay court season, you come from 2 sets from behind twice to tournament, you then turn right around and play on the grass. There's no way you're not picked up. There's no way you're not fatigued. There's no way you don't really want and need a break, guys. It was too much to turn around to go to the Olympics. And now this is a huge, I don't know, against him, not for him of winning the US Open. They're now against him in my mind, because you do need some kind of preparation. You need some normal preparation. And the normal preparation would be to go to Cincinnati, play and peak. So now he's peaked. Now he's crashed. Now he's got to peak and then play his best tennis at the US Open when he's tired and dealing with injuries. Where if he didn't go to the Olympics, he probably would have been banged up. He probably could have taken care of those injuries. He probably could have got fresh in his mind, let his body recover, go into Cincinnati with no stress, no mess, and feel the court, get used to the circumstances, and go in and do great at the US Open, which is a tournament that, yes, he's good on the US Open. Yes, he's won the US Open, but it's probably the one major, for whatever reason, maybe because he gets tired by the end of the year, because why? He's a human being. He wins all year, every year. Why does he always not, people are like, well, why does he do great at the US Open? Because pretty much every year for the last 11 or 12 years, Djokovic usually wins the US Open. He usually wins the Australian Open. He goes deep in the French Open. He usually wins Wimbledon, and he's tired by the end of the year. Go figure. A guy allowed to be tired. That's why he doesn't do great at the US Open. It's not the surface. That's his best surface. The hard court's his best surface. Look how great he does at the Australian Open. So this was a big miscalculation by Djokovic. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying, guys really listen to what I say. I'm not saying that Djokovic can't turn it around. I'm not saying that Djokovic in the US, but he's made it a lot harder on himself by going to play the Olympics. It looks to me like this broadcast is like really, really static and crappy, which I'm frustrated about because I really want to come on. But it's leaving everything to big chance now. Now Djokovic has got to get ready. Andrew says there's some 28 days left. There's not 28 days left to get ready. That's where you guys are wrong. This is where you guys are miscalculating everything, okay? People are saying there's so much time to get ready. No. The time to get ready, the things you need to get ready is you need to rest and recover, right? The Olympics are normally not part of the equation. So what do the pros usually do, especially the ones like Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, who always do great at all the Grand Slams? You can always lock them in for a semifinal, quarterfinal, whatever. What do? After Wimbledon? They rest for a while. Then they'll come over here to the United States and they'll play Cincinnati. Maybe they'll play Toronto too. Okay? Djokovic went straight away to Japan and put himself in a complete situation where it was win or bust. Didn't medal, so now he's injured, and now he's got to go to Cincinnati. I think he does have to go to Cincinnati to give himself. If he doesn't go to Cincinnati, that's a big warning sign. Don't think, oh, good, he's got more. No, you need to play some competition. You need to get used to the hard court. You need to get used to the surface and what it feels like, and that's the best preparation. So he's got to be ready to do that, to compete and do well within the next couple weeks here. And then he's got to go straight away to the U.S. Open. There's really no time to rest and recover and prepare. There's no time. Okay? It's like he's cramming now. He's gone from being in a great position to win the U.S. Open. And by playing the U.S. Open, it's like cramming, pulling an all-nighter for a term paper that's 30 pages long that you got to write. What he's done to himself. And if you guys don't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. But that's, if you're a Djokovic fan, which I am, I'm more of a Federer fan, but, you know, I'm a fan of Djokovic. I was rooting for him to win the Olympics. I mean, why wouldn't I want him to win the Olympics? Why wouldn't I want him to win the Golden Slam? It makes tennis interesting. I love tennis. You know, Zverev winning the Olympics is not interesting. No one likes Zverev. I don't know why. I don't not like him, but I don't, you know, turn on TV to watch him. Tsitsipas lost. Medvedev lost. I mean, the Olympics was a poop show. It was a poop show. It didn't do anything for tennis. Great. You know, it made our number one player going for history. If you turn on TV and Djokovic, like, oh, let's see what Djokovic's about. Oh, there he is throwing his racket into the net and losing. So that didn't help tennis. Zverev winning 6-3, 6-1. That no one's going to remember tennis out of the Olympics. You know, get a grip, guys. No one cares. The Olympics in tennis is a non-story. It is a non-story, guys. It's not worth it. We got to stop building up the Olympics. The Olympics is for the gymnasts. It's for the runners. It's for the swimmers. Those are the golds of the Olympics. That's what people want to see. That's what they remember. They remember the track stars. They remember the gymnasts, and they remember the swimmers. That's what you remember at the Summer Olympics. You don't care on the tennis. And Djokovic shouldn't have fallen to that with all these people. I don't know who was in his think tank saying, hey, let's go play the Olympics. Because that was a bad move. And now he's got to pull an all-nighter term paper to win the U.S. Open. When you go look at what it'll be interesting to see how the Dow does in Washington. But I can tell you on the practice court, what I've seen on YouTube, he looks fresh. He looks good. You know, I think Djokovic went from easily being the favorite to now I put the Dow as the favorite to win the U.S. Open. Djokovic has now become a wild card because we don't know how his health is going to be, mental and physical. Federer is a wild card because we don't even know he's going to play. We don't know how his physical health is going to be. Medvedev, who knows? I would have liked Tsitsipas, but I mean, everybody's a wild card now except for Nadal. To me, Nadal is a good bet. Good stock for the U.S. Open. Everybody else could crap out very, very quick. All right, let's see. Look at this. Super brat Joker. Richest sportsman at the Olympics shows his real spoiled brat personality and failing again. Worst behavior of all 10,000 athletes. Hopefully, super plunker has been found out. Plunker? Super plunker? So you see, that's my point. Why did Djokovic go to the Olympics? This is what people are going to remember. And the reason why he did this, yes, he has a tendency to lose his temper. And I think what happened was physical exhaustion, frustration, and injuries got the best mentality, and he let his fiery mentality come out, and he lost his temper. And now instead of everybody applauding him for being selfless and going to play for his country, they're gonna crap on him and say he's a brat. And this is another reason why I don't like him. I don't think it's particularly fair. The guy went to try and win the gold for himself and for his country and win the Golden Slam, but it was a bad move. It was a bad move. It's like it was like basically a superstar recording artist going on tour, and they went to 35, 40 cities in 30 days or whatever, and by the end of the tour they're exhausted. They have a on stage and they walk out. No one remembers all the great performances they did before that. All they remember is that they are a brat and they walked off stage because they got exhausted. That's what happened to Djokovic. It's on hard courts. Will that not prepare him for the U.S. Open?